Hello everyone, my name is the Hobster, and today I wanted to talk about kind of my thoughts on this new episode, Heresy, especially after the fact that I did an entire video talking about issues and changes with Destiny. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I still stand by a lot of that, but I do have some thoughts for this current episode. This is completely unscripted, so I'm just kind of spewing out thoughts. I'm going to start off with kind of the seasonal activities. I love the seasonal activity. It's a lot of fun. It's like I'm doing like a patrol, and I know that's it feels like I'm doing like a crazy large patrol. I've been really enjoying it. I think probably its only downside is I can see it maybe being a little tough for solo players for the most part. It feels better when you go into a fire team. I just feel like maybe solo players will have a tough time with it, but I'm enjoying it. I love running around. I feel like I'm exploring. And even though a lot of it is like the activities within the Nether are a little repetitive, I think it's still actually quite a bit of fun. I guess will bring me to my thoughts on the loot. Bungie, thank you for giving me so much freaking loot. Last season, or last episode, I guess, it was definitely like, it felt like a drag to try and get weapons. But this time it actually feels like, okay, I'm getting weapons. It's Bungie really said, you want weapons? We're gonna give you weapons. I actually like the loot for this season. So far, the two standout weapons for me have been the machine gun and aerial denial grenade launcher. I know the aerial denial grenade launcher is going hard with everybody right now. I like how constant it is. I even like the fact that there's adept versions. It feels more enticing to not only go for all this loot, but try and get better ones if I can. So I love that it's like it's done this weird thing of lessening the grind but increasing the grind. Overall seasonal activity, I think really good. Weapons really good. Now for the exotic mission and exotic weapon, personally, honestly, really enjoyed this exotic mission compared to Revenant's exotic mission. To me, this one was a little more interesting. To me, it was just a little bit more fun, engaging, and I honestly really liked that last fight. As for the exotic weapon, to be honest, I don't think it's really that great. I'm sure, granted, we don't have the full exotic weapon complete. I'm sure it'll get better over time, but I feel like it needs a little bit of work. I kind of don't like how the little bar slowly goes down if you don't shoot the gun for long periods of time. But just me, the gun's okay. But I will give one thing though, it looks cool. It looks so freaking cool. That's how I feel kind of overall of the season. Like the actual activities, weapons, all of that. The story I'm already crazy invested in. And then the dungeon. So unfortunately, I play on PlayStation primarily. I did not get to actually do the day one. We did the first encounter on day one, but unfortunately, because of we didn't know when PlayStation was going to come back up, we didn't really we made plans because we didn't know how long it was going to be. I will say, love the mechanics of this dungeon. The lights are really unique. I like that they brought back the Vow of the Disciple kind of base mechanics with the symbols. I think overall, I think Vespers was a better dungeon. If anything, I love the final boss in this encounter. I love the idea of that it's telling a story. I love the vibe of the dungeon. The weapons, I haven't really played with too much because it's, they're brand new. So I'm still trying to get used to them. And then PvP. We did go into Trials of Osiris because truthfully, that was the one that I was most curious about. A little torn on it. I think having the regular Trials passage is good for maybe more casual players. The Lighthouse passage is for sure sweaty. You can smell it every time you go into a match. So I will say I do like the change of, you know, you can still go to the lighthouse and still earn weapons. I think it opens up a bigger opportunity. I'm gonna continue playing it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's cool to get the guns easier. And actually kind of going back to the loot aspect, Bungie really did say, hey, we are going to give you loot, because trials will drop you a lot of loot. So I'd say maybe overall it is better. Trials needed it, so I can't complain too much. I guess for my final thoughts on this season or episode is I quite enjoy it. In fact, for Revenant, I actually wasn't really all there. Like at the beginning I was, especially for the dungeon. It actually didn't last long. This episode, no, I'm actually digging it. I love the activities. I love the loot. It feels like an overall solid episode. To be honest though, I really wish Bungie would be a little bit more on top of bugs, and I know that's not the easiest thing to do. I recognize that. Some of the bugs are just like, this is really taking away from the experience a little bit. Anyway, but that's kind of a constant at this point, so I feel like I can't really complain all that much. I wanted to wait to make this until I kind of got everything. So seasonal activity, dungeon, and especially trials. That was the big one that I was waiting for before I made my first impressions thoughts. So I'm really digging it, and I hope it kind of keeps up. Anyway, so with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please press the like button down below. If you want to see more videos that I've done, check in the description and the annotations in the video. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!